But what does it take to avoid the trapdoor and keep your head above the dotted line of doom? Recent Premier League history is punctuated by miraculous escapes. But how do you psychologically equip yourself to fight relegation? We asked the experts.
When the threat of relegation enters into the thoughts, this whole idea of needing to escape occupies my energy, and what I think about, I bring about.
You start distrusting each other as players. You start looking at your coach and doubting whether they're the person that you hope they would be. The blame game starts happening, and then you can just get into this negative spiral.
Whether you can ride the emotional roller coaster that is relegation is going to be the key to whether you come out ultimately successful or not successful.
For me, it looks like fear, and the fear's gripped the players and it hasn't allowed them to express the ability that they've got.
When players enter into the competitive arena, performance is defined by mindset.
And that's when they become stifled. Fans on their backs and the press on their backs because they think they're not trying, but actually they're paralysed by fear very often.
What a dreadful moment for Alfie Mawson.
If you can imagine that my hands are like my thoughts and my feelings, when I'm experiencing fear, it's as if this happens. The world looks really different.
And that fear of failure perpetuates itself onto the pitch. Players freeze, they take less risks on the ball.
If body language reveals anything, it reveals horror.
It's often said that the health of the team is reflected in the face of the coach.
Being mindful of your body language as a manager is really, really important.
They've done today an amazing effort since the first minute till the last, losing 2-0.
They may be saying the right words, but if their body language, for instance, doesn't reflect what they're saying, their players will recognise it.
When you see players make a mistake, the first thing they do is look where? Straight to the bench for some kind of confirmation of how to feel. We cannot not communicate.
The serious stuff starts here for new Hull boss Marco Silva as he searches for an escape route from relegation.
When managers come into football clubs, there is this sense of freshness. Everything's new.
You are coming in with a level of optimism, and you have to have convinced somebody that you can, and you share those I can thoughts with everybody.
And so a change of manager literally disrupts that pattern of negativity.
Claudio Ranieri has been sacked as Leicester City's manager.
Funny! Craig, 6 wins in a row.
Yeah, very pleasing.
You create new belief systems, and the minute you start to do that, then actually that fear starts to kind of dissipate.
Patrick Van Aanholt has the Stadium of Light lifting off.
Sam Allardyce has got a kind of toolbox he brings with him, and both mental and kind of scientific, if you like.
The first thing is, he's done it before.
Job done. Mission accomplished. Sam Allardyce has pulled it off.
So people look to him and go, oh, we're in safe hands.
He said, I am the man to get Palace out of relegation. You know, he laid it down there from the very start.
That belief literally conveys itself to every single player in the dressing room.
That will do it for those boys in blue and for Nigel Pearson.
You look back to the great escapes like Leicester a couple of years ago and Fulham a few years back as well. It is about a change in mindset.
It's all swung Fulham's way.
If we go back to 2004-05, when Brian Robson famously led West Brom, they were bottom at Christmas, and everybody else around said that it couldn't be done.
Brian Robson's baggies are staying in the Premiership.
In the end, the manager who is aware of how to motivate, how to inspire, how to energise, those managers become the successful managers.
Relegation is a seemingly innocuous word, but actually it's a very powerful, all-pervasive place to be sometimes. If you think you are doomed, you will be doomed.